Battlefield 6 just dropped a big update on vehicle changes coming in Season 3, and this looks like a massive shift in how tanks are going to play. So the biggest things they talked about were making tanks more consistent, more readable, and just overall less random. Because right now, a lot of fights feel like you either instantly die, or tanks feel impossible to kill, and you don't always know why. One of the biggest changes is how damage works. Most anti-tank weapons are going from killing in 2 hits to 3 hits, which gives tank players a little bit more breathing room and time to react, but at the same time, damage is going to become way more consistent, so instead of weird angle-based randomness, you're going to get much more predictable results on where you hit. So basically, if you land a good shot, you'll know exactly what it's going to do, which makes fights feel way more fair on both sides. They're also reworking how survivability works, especially with repairs right now. Stacking engineers can make tanks feel almost unkillable, and they're fixing that by making repairs weaker over time and less effective when multiple people are repairing at once. And then they're also changing how health regeneration is working, so it's going to take longer to start, but once it does, it heals faster and all the way to full. So tanks are going to be more vulnerable in fights, but better at recovering if they can disengage. So they're also changing how tanks are controlled. So as far as acceleration, turning, and turret speeds, everything's going to be more responsive. So close range fights are going to be a lot easier for tanks now. They're also removing a lot of those frustrating movements where your vehicle just gets disabled randomly. So now to immobilize a tank, it's going to be for specific tools like mines instead of just taking damage, period. So you're probably going to have a lot more control now in those situations like that. So from a whole gameplay perspective, it kind of seems like they're trying to push tanks into being more aggressive instead of playing back with these long-range, low-risk fights. So you're probably going to see tanks push objectives a lot more because they're going to be better at repositioning. They're going to have more control. But yeah, they're also cleaning up loadouts, make things less confusing. They're also making some changes to the loadouts that tanks have. They're going to totally remove reinforced plating, which I kind of hate that because I use that a lot. And they're also going to add a faster countermeasure recharge when you're in low health. A lot of underused equipment is getting buffed to, like the thermal smoke now actually damages enemies, and different tools are getting more defined rules. Engineers are getting a full balance pass, so hopefully we move away from just 1 or 2 meta launcher setups. And this is not even everything that they're going to do. So they also said that more updates are coming, including air vehicles, and they're going to make some adjustments for the Battle Royale modes. So this is kind of just the foundation of how vehicles are going to feel going forward. But overall, feels like a really solid direction. Less randomness, more consistency, way more control. It should make tank gameplay feel a lot more skill-based instead of just chaotic. I'm really curious how this is going to play out, especially if it makes aggressive tanks more viable. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to give you an update on this latest news. It's only been an hour since it dropped. But if you like content like this, hit like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more.